speaking of crafts, you are bringing it today.
We're doing
with
Christmas
an amazing first project. Like, this project is big. I want to take this home, put it on my door this instant.
It's big. It might not look as big besides my big old head, but it's like 2 foot tall. This is a big moment.
This is beautiful.
Yes.
You're using a Dollar Tree item.
These are Dollar Tree.
You're using a Hobby Lobby blank.
Yes, very inexpensive Hobby Lobby blank, especially when they do their sales.
Woohoo.
Every other week, Hobby Lobby flips their sales, if y'all didn't know that. So, like, if you see something on sale, you go back the next week and it's not on sale, go back the next week, it will be on sale. They rotate them out, and it's like the same group. So they just flop them around. So
you are giving the hacks today.
I'm giving the crafting hacks, y'all.
That's amazing.
So I'm hoping that's just going to hang out there. I want it to be there so you guys can kind of like see where we're going with things.
Yeah.
But let me go over what you're going to need today. So we've got a couple wooden blanks. This one is from Hobby Lobby. So this is like the main one that we're going to be using. And then I got these little wooden rounds are on Amazon. They come in different sizes. We're using a 12-inch, and then I think we used an 8 to 10-inch on the sample one. Either way, it's not going to matter. Just something where we can put some cute little words on.
Yay.
So I'm going to sit those to the side. And then this is our little Dollar Tree hack today. So we're going to be using these removable tile decals from the Dollar Tree. These are, first of all, beautiful. For crafting, you can use these in so many different ways. We're going to use it to add texture to our door hanger, which I love. New little texture. Rather than just painting it white, like this is going to add a little razzle dazzle. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
So I've got lots of little things here. You're going to need some ribbon. So I've got this thicker burlap ribbon. And then I have a buffalo plaid red ribbon. These can be in the colors of your choice. If you are not a buffalo plaid gal or guy, you can do whatever. You can do tartan or whatever is matching your home decor. And then I even brought some blue just as another option. And then I've got some wired ribbon. It is important that you have a wired ribbon for your bow. We will talk about that. I know y'all love a bow tutorial. I'm giving you one today. Hopefully we get a bigger tutorial, but for today you're gonna get a little miniature version. I've got some floral wire. I have some Christmas florals. I just kind of grabbed like a bunch of different ones. I think greenery and red's gonna be your best bet if you're doing a Christmas bow. And then I've got the Starcraft chalk and mineral paint. If you all have been around and done a paint tutorial with me, you know that this is my favorite chalk paint to use. Especially for signs, it's my favorite. I've got a paintbrush, scissors, a true control knife, sanding block, a staple gun. I stapled my finger this morning on accident. Make sure you're using this properly. I was in a rush trying to see if it worked and I stapled it from the wrong end. I don't know what I was doing. And then I have a little measuring tape. You're gonna need white HTV. I already cut out our stencil for the day. How pretty is this?
I mean, that cut fall, Alicia.
It's gorgeous.
I love it.
Me too. And when you see it on the website, it's actually an ornament, but I'm gonna show you how to change it into just a circular shape in Design Space. And then I've got the Nicopus Standard Grip Mats. I have a hot glue gun, a mini easy press, and I've got a mug with water so we can paint.
I love it.
That sounds like a lot. So before we jump directly into Design Space, I want you all to measure your piece. So whatever size wood round that you get for your for your round piece, we need to measure this. So I'm gonna go ahead, I've already pre-painted it. So they're gonna come wooden like this. And there should be a link below with the wooden rounds. These are the 12-inch ones. I just used the black chalk paint to paint this. I pre-painted it just to save time for everybody. And we're just gonna measure across just to double check. It should be about 12 inches across. And it's like right under 12 inches. And so whenever we go into Design Space, what we're gonna do is make a new canvas. Just gonna replace that. I'm gonna pull open a circle that is the size of my wood round. So I'm using a basic shape right here.
Now, Alicia, let's talk about it for our friends that don't have a Hobby Lobby around them. You could do this same project on a circle wooden round.
Oh yeah.
Anything. I see it a lot that friends that watch the show and they're like, oh, I can't find the exact thing. I really want to inspire you to find something that you will love. So use a circle. It doesn't have to be just our ornament. Use a square, rectangle.
And it doesn't have to be out of wood either. You can cut this stuff out of foam board and put poster board on top of it.
Heck yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty in crafting. I think you can pull things that you just have around your house and then create something beautiful, and that's why I love it. So
fun.
A 12-inch circle, doesn't have to be wooden, it can be whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and change this to black because that's what color ours is. And we're not actually gonna be cutting this. So you're gonna see in your layers panel that you'll have this little exclamation point, and it'll say not supported by maker, the image is too big, yada yada. That's okay, we're not cutting it, so it doesn't matter. What we're gonna do next is pull the image in that we want to use in our circle. I'm going to be using one of the Maker's Gonna Learn cut files. This is a beautiful cut file. If you missed it, it's like a happy holidays. It's very pretty. I'm going to pull it up for you all. I'm just going to the cut files folder right here, and I'm going to type in happy holidays. And you all can really put whatever you want on this. You could customize it with a last name and give it as a gift. You could do it with your own last name and put it on your door just for decoration. We have tons. I want to say we have over 1,000 Christmas cut files. Courtney's given me an exact number before and I can't remember it, but I'm going to be using this little guy right here. And so I'm going to select the cloud icon. It's going to go into a zip folder, which we're going to unzip. And then I'm going to open it. And you can see it pulls in a PNG and an SVG. And we're going to be using the SVG because that is a cut file. We're going to be cutting it out of vinyl. And so what I'm going to do now is go back to Design Space. I'm going to go upload image. Then you can pull your Design Space right down and you can click and drag your file into this little open area.
Can we talk about how easy it is for all? Did you all know, if you're new here or maybe you just need a refresher, I talk about it a lot. Maybe Alicia doesn't know this.
What?
So the Christmas cut file area of our website, we talk about the 7,000 plus, almost over 1,200 to 2,000. I would say it's closer to the 2,000, just Christmas files.
Oh, okay. So I was even saying even less than there is.
I was totally in the chat box. I should have addressed it when you brought it up.
That's awesome.
There's close to 2,000.
There you go.
Christmas cut files.
That's amazing.
So when I tell you we're gonna do your handmade holiday together, I put like my action behind it because our team has been building this library since 2017 and we have an amazing cut file selection here. We would love to have you join the membership.
And they're so beautiful. I mean,
they're the best.
Look at that.
We work hard.
Yeah. Work hard for the money.
I'm a little humble, but I also know when our team shows up and shows out, like I'm going to appreciate them, right?
Yeah, for sure. You got to pat yourself on the back sometimes. So I pulled this file in. I'm going to go ahead and change it to white just so you all can see what is going on. And you can see the image is already in the front. Let me just zoom out just one little click. What I'm going to do here is make this a little bit bigger. And I'm going to pull our circle down. So we do not want to resize our black circle because that's the size of our wooden piece.
Alicia, what function are you going to use
Funny you
today?
ask.
Should we look at the Cricut reference guide just to see?
Absolutely.
And learn how we're going to remove
yes.
that piece?
Okay, so you all can see this little piece up here is like crimping our style. Okay, we don't need that piece. So what I want to do is get rid of this. Well, I don't really know what function I should use. Let me open up my reference guide. We'll see which one it says that we should use. So we've got all of the different functions right here. Let me go to the first page. So lots of different options. And right off the bat, I'm seeing the option of slice or contour. Contour says it hides the parts of the cut image to simplify it. That's what we're wanting to do here. So I think, and there's other options that we could use, I think, for here, but contour, I feel like it's gonna be the best option.
I love it.
So what I've done, I just have my image selected, my image only. You can tell that just the image is selected because in the layers panel, it's the only one that's green. If I had both of them, they would both be green, right? So I just need this one. I'm gonna go to the bottom right and select contour. Now, the only thing that we need to take out is this little guy up here. So I'm just gonna click on it and then I'm gonna X off of this. And there you go. And that's just gonna fill in that circle perfectly. Okay, so I'm gonna hide my circle in the layers panel. I'm just gonna click my little eyeball and we're gonna go to make it. So we're at the review artwork page. We are using heat transfer vinyl. That means that we're gonna need to mirror our image because we're gonna be flipping our vinyl over so the glossy side is down, which is the front. So I'm gonna mirror my image. Anytime you use heat transfer vinyl, you should be mirroring your image. Anytime you're putting any of your vinyl or your cardstock upside down, you need to be mirroring your image. So continue, and we are using the Maker 3 today. I thought I was connected, or I thought I was turned on. Hold on a second. Are we on?
Uh-oh.
So basically I've already cut it out, so we don't actually need to cut it out. So fun. But yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll just act like it cuts out. But I want to show you all the cut settings really quick. So give me like 2.5 seconds. Okay, Yay! We're connected, everybody. We're connected. So on our set base material, we're going to go to Browse All Materials. And I am just going to search Everyday Iron On. If you search HTV, you're not going to find it unless you've put your own custom settings in here. So Everyday Iron On, that is also the HTV cut setting. I'm going to select Done. I'm gonna keep my default pressure as is and make sure I've got my fine point blade in my machine. And then you will apply your vinyl to your standard grip mat. So I've got my cover on this. And you're just gonna take a sheet of heat transfer vinyl, which I've already weeded this, but I just took a 12 by 12 sheet. I'm gonna put it on here, and then I would run this through the Cricut. So this has already been cut though. It's a very detailed, so I wanted to make sure and have it done for you all so we're not sitting here watching me weed.
Right.
And actually, I see a little spot right here that wasn't weeded. Let me get a weeding tool for that. And then what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn on our mini easy press. So I love this mini easy press. I know if you've been here for a while, you know about these, but if you're a new crafter and you're like, what is that? It's a miniature iron. I mean, it's perfect for crafting. I use it for I probably use this almost every day. It's one of my favorite tools. So I've got that on the second setting. So there's 3. I've got it on that medium heat setting, and it heats up so fast. It's crazy. In the meantime, I am going to kind of clear my area so we can have more room to work, because I feel like we've got a lot going on here and I want us to be able to focus on one task at a time.
I love it. This is such a fun project. I'm so excited. You guys are getting to see like the logistical design space part, but when she dives into the Dollar Tree part, you're going to be blown away.
Yes.
Blown away.
And you know what? I think that this craft would be really fun if you wanted to get a group of your girlfriends together for a Christmas party.
Because what person doesn't want the door hanger?
I know. Like, y'all can turn this on your TV and like set up some tables in your living room and have a little craft party. You could do charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
Like all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got my black piece right here. My paint is dried. I painted it probably like an hour or so ago, and it's dried. I can apply my HTV to this as long as it's completely dry. So if you are damp at all, do not do that. And then I'm just going to lay this on here as centered as I can. I love the black and white contrast on here. It's just too good. And I'm actually going to scooch it just a little bit.
So give Karen, she had a question about like when I'm doing a heat transfer vinyl on wood, I have issues, you know, it always moves around. So will you just talk towards how we avoid that as you do this process?
Yeah. And for me, I have had that issue too in the past. My favorite way to do it is to start at the top and kind of use my hand as like to keep it steady. So you can like start on the left side and then move your hand over and then do the right side. That way it's not moving anywhere.
I love it.
Other than just like going in and not using your other hand for any support. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna hold this down, and you can tell whenever it's adhered because there will be little bubbles on top of the vinyl. So I'm just gonna iron.
A lot of friends have been asking like, what font is this? What font is this? This is a hand lettered custom cut file from makersgonna.com. So
yes.
We have the cut file linked down below. So you'll love it.
Yeah, so we do have lots of really pretty like whimsy fonts like this, but this one's already made for you. So I would recommend to use this. It'll save you a lot of time on the design portion of it at least.
Yeah.
So I'm just ironing this on. I'm trying, it's harder to see the little bubbles whenever you're doing white, but I am using my hand just so that this doesn't actually move on me, because someone was mentioning that it moves whenever they apply HTV to wood, and it will a little bit.
It can. I just am like really careful.
Yeah.
And I personally think the Caesar Easy Weed, that material that you're like the transfer sheet, it actually works as a sticker.
Oh yeah.
So it
holds
helps to position it, but the mini Easy Press is very handy. When you use bigger heat plates, the bigger heat plates are going to cause you to not be able to get in all the detail. And that's when I personally also experience the shifting.
Yes.
Because you'll know when your heat transfer vinyl shifted, because you'll see the adhesive remnants from where it was before.
Right. So I am there's a couple spots that I didn't apply enough heat to, so I'm just going back.
Look at that.
With my mini press and applying heat. And I'm holding this off of it so it doesn't re-stick down. And this HTV is a warm peel. I don't know that I've ever used any HTV that's a cold peel, except for like Electrofoil.
Yeah.
Is a cold peel, like a very cold peel. But most HTVs, you're going to peel them off while they're still warm to hot. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn my hot glue gun on so that it's getting warmed up. But like, how cute is that? I mean, like, that's cute. That's
are
cute
we
by
done?
itself.
Can we go home now? Like, this is amazing.
You totally could, but you know we're a little extra around here, so I'm going to show you all how to zhuzh this up.
Woohoo!
Okay, and y'all know that we are like the Dollar Tree crafting queens over here. Like, we love the Dollar Tree for everything. Or King. And so these are a little bit different than the ones that are on our sample piece, but they're all beautiful. So like, I don't discriminate. Like, they're all gonna look good. I've got 5 here. And we're gonna kind of be puzzling these together. So the way that you can know how many you're gonna need, honestly, is I would buy your wood piece, take it to the Dollar Tree, and then see how many you need. That's just what it's like when you try on clothes in the store. Like, did y'all's moms ever make you do that? My mom did. She'd be like, just try it on right here. And I'm like, really? It builds character, I guess. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is kind of line these up where I think I would want them. And y'all are probably like, hey, there's a gap in between here. Well, we're putting ribbon on here, so it don't matter. Nobody's going to be seeing it. We're going to be very busy through here.
Right.
So what I did was line up this top one. I want one that's going to be directly in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. These are peel and stick, so they're super sticky on the back. I'm going to go ahead and stick this on right beneath. Can y'all see this? Right beneath the ornament thing. I'm just going to apply this right here, and it's going to hang over the edges, and that's okay because we're going to be trimming everything up. Okay, and then I'm going to take a burnishing tool and just burnish this down really well because we don't want it to come off, but I'm not gluing it. It's just going to stick to the glue.
I love that.
It's just going to stick to the wood, sorry. And then I'm going to take this other one and line it up from here. So I'm just going to butt it up right next to this one.
Look
and you can see whenever I burnish this down, there's a little line. So that's going to be good for us when we go to cut. We're going to kind of have a guideline for our cut line. I'm hoping y'all can see that. I can see it pretty clear here. And whenever you do it, you'll be able to see it too. Okay. And then I'm going to put another one over here. And we're just butting this up right next to it. Okay. And then we're going to burnish this one down as well. I mean, this is pretty. If you did like a snow theme, you wouldn't even have to paint over these because it's very blue and pretty.
Exactly. Love it, love it, love it.
Okay, and then these bottom ones, I'm just going to split this in half. So, I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to line this up about halfway and bring it all the way to this bottom edge here. Oh, okay. We're going to burnish this down. Beautiful. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other one.
Amazing.
Amazing. And these are Dollar Tree tiles, y'all. They have different patterns too. I don't know if y'all have seen, they have like shelf liners that have really cute patterns that you could use for door hangers and stuff like that. And you know what I'm seeing? Actually, it's not going to be a problem But if y'all can see right here, these little tiny corners, if those were going to be showing, I would probably move these down a little bit, but it's not going to show because we're going to be putting ribbon through here, so I'm going to leave it. But what we're going to do next, I've got everything on here how I want it. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use my True Control knife to cut off all of this excess.
So good.
Yes, so you're going to need a pretty good new sharp blade for this part. I'm just going to go around here and cut all of this extra.
So yay, love it, love it, love it.
Love it.
So good. You
Did
guys are
anyone see
rocking
the
it.
surprise gift?
Oh, whoa, don't be bringing, I mean, they gotta figure it out for themselves.
Okay. Okay, all right, let's
guys are
see what it
awesome.
looks like. So this is what we're working with now. Cute,
Yes.
right? We're not done, but it is cute, and I like the blue. So we're getting somewhere. Basically, we've got our middle part. What we need to do now is make this white. So I've got the white Starcraft chalk and mineral paint, which is my favorite. I have just a regular paintbrush, and we are
Love
just going to
it.
cover this in white paint. So I'll pop this off,
So fun.
and then we're going to have to let it dry for just a minute, and we'll work on our bow. So you don't need a whole bunch of paint on this. I'm kind of just like going in here and then wiping off any excess paint. And then we're gonna do a wash. So we're just filling all of this in. And I wanna cover the blue because I want to have a green and red door hanger. Now, if you wanted it to be more blue, you could kind of let that blue shine through and it would still be really pretty.
I emailed with questions. Makers Learn team answered right away and were very helpful. Yeah, I want to emphasize to you guys that are like, oh my gosh, I have to email customer support to find out what I'm grandfathered in at or what my process is. Y'all, we have the best customer support team. They are so good. They're so fast. They're just here to serve. So yeah, you're gonna have a great experience. And it is the same if you filled out our contact form on the website. Either one, same thing. All ends up. Mary Taylor just joined. Yay, Mary Taylor! Woohoo!
Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the party.
So I'm just covering this. I'm not trying to cover it super thick, but I also don't want that blue to be showing. So
Right.
I'm trying to cover up as much as I can.
So yay!
Okay, guys, so that is gonna be drying for a hot moment, and I've got a heat gun in here, but I'm gonna let it air dry for a minute.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna kind of sit it to the side, and we're gonna start our little mini bow tutorial. I hope you guys are ready. Okay, so I've got all of my greenery. What I do, and listen, I'm not a professional florist, but
Okay.
I have made these for a long time.
Alicia, did you know when my dear friend Kendall ordered my flower or my birthday balloons?
Yeah.
They said, wait, is that where Alicia works?
Oh.
So when she says she's not a florist, Alicia's worked there. She had previously worked at a florist for how long?
Like 3 months when I was pregnant, okay?
Well, that becomes a pro. Like you
yeah.
end up becoming a pro.
Oh,
like
Lauren,
that's so good.
my true
So-
hero. Thank you.
So,
okay,
yeah.
I'm guilty, okay? I worked at a florist for 3 months because when I was pregnant, I worked in a wood shop for the first like 7 months. I ran a wood shop by myself. Well, my husband helped me some, but I was like fully pregnant. And there at the end, they were like, you've got to stop working in the wood shop. You have to stop. So
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I'm going to go work at this florist. And I love those women. Those are the hardest working women, I swear. I would have never thought in a florist that they don't stop. You know, they've had like carpal tunnel surgery and stuff, like because they're doing ribbons and like flowers all day. It's crazy, but it was a fun job. But I
Yeah.
didn't get very involved in like a lot of the actual floral making. I was just kind of helping around. You know, I was like huge.
Well, you must have learned
gigantic.
some good stuff about this ribbon because I got a lot to learn.
Yes, well, and you know, I've made signs for like years and years. So that a
Okay.
lot of that I learned there, and it was just me making it up or watching tutorials.
Right.
So what I like to do first is lay my greenery out. So I grab this lamb's ear. I love lamb's ear at Christmas.
too.
It's so pretty. I know it's more of like a springy flower, but it looks beautiful for Christmas because it's frosty.
I love that.
So I'm just going to basically mirror whatever I have on my left side. That way everything's balanced. So I've got
Yeah.
two pieces. They are mirrored. And then I think I'm going to go with this boxwood type situation here. I'm going to add that right on top of it. We're just kind of laying it out and seeing how it looks together. And then I have these beautiful red holly berries. I'm going to add those right on top. So we're just making a little sandwich, a little leaf sandwich. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a piece of floral wire. I don't know, this is like probably plenty, like 10, 12 inches. I'm gonna cut that. And then I'm just gonna I'm gonna move it out of the way. I'm not attaching anything yet. I've got my wire ready though. And then what I'm gonna do is make my bow. Now the key to making a really pretty and floofy bow is having wire in your ribbon. So if I went in and tried to make a floofy bow with this one, I could do it, but it's not gonna be nearly as like formable. I can't shape it and it doesn't stay up and perked up on its own. So you wanna find a wired ribbon when you're doing bows. And what we're gonna do, I'm trying to see what kind of bow I did before. Okay, we did like a double bow. So I don't cut anything off. I kind of make the bow from the roll. I'm trying to think of how I should explain this to you all. So I'm gonna put it just like that. I'm just taking about 6 inches right here. Would you say that's 6 inches?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 6 inches. Okay.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna fold it over. Was that confusing? We're basically making a loop, y'all. So this is like a loop, and I'm just holding everything in the middle. So we're just making a loop. We're gonna make 2 loops, okay? So I'm just bringing it back around town. And then what you're gonna do is make a 3rd loop, but this one's for our tails. This is such a bad way to explain it, but we'll get there. So we made 3 loops, right?
Right.
What I'm gonna do is just pinch these right here in the middle. Nope. I'm gonna undo that 3rd loop. Okay, we've got 2 loops. I'm gonna pinch these right here in the middle, just like this. So we made 2 loops, pinched in the middle, and I'm just gonna cut this off. So this is our bow part. We don't have our tails on yet. And you can see when you separate them, you've got 2 on each side. So they're kind of tucked into each other, but you can spread them out. And that's why it's good to have wired ribbon.
Bow.
Yeah. And so you can just take, instead of doing that 3rd loop, we can just take a strip of this ribbon and we can add this to the back of our bow to give it a tail.
Melissa says this already looks so pretty. Brooke says you're doing a great job explaining.
Thank you. Thank you. It's hard, when y'all do something 1,000 times and you're like, wait, how do I do it? And you're like, you know how to do it, but it's hard to explain it.
Yeah.
So we've got our little bow here. I hope that wasn't super confusing. But what I'm gonna do now, before I attach everything, is I'm gonna grab my florals. I'm just gonna grab these all together, and I'm gonna put them at the back of my bow.
Y'all, I just checked in on customer care's inbox, and they're working through it, y'all. They're
Yay!
working through it. There's quite a few, but we'll get you there. We'll get you taken care of. We'll get you.
Just be patient.
They're excited. We're excited.
So everything's here. What I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna take this wire and kind of wrap it.
Yeah.
Like this, and then we're gonna twist it in the back. So twist it, okay? And then we can trim off this excess. And don't worry if your bow's not pretty yet. We're gonna fluff it out and trim up where we need. And I'm gonna show you also how to cover this floral wire so it's not showing. Okay, just cut that off. Be careful because the wire can be very sharp right there.
Ooh.
Okay, so.
Can we just wow. I mean, Alicia, you're crushing it.
We're getting somewhere, people. We're getting somewhere. Okay, so this is basically it. And then I am going to dovetail my ribbon on the ends. I'm just gonna fold this in half. You just fold your tail in half and you're gonna cut at a 45-degree angle.
Yes.
And that's gonna give you this beautiful dovetail. Make sure your scissors are sharp. If they're not, it's not gonna be pretty.
Right.
Okay, dovetail both of those. And then I'm just gonna take a little strip of this and I'm going to fold it like this. I'm gonna fold this side and I'm gonna fold this side.
Now, is your floral wire linked down below?
I hope so.
I hope so. Okay, I'll check.
If it's not, Amazon sells many different floral wires. Honestly, this is a thicker floral wire. I normally use just like the standard green floral wire. The Dollar Tree actually carries the floral wire that I use. for my bows.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so some of them have it, but just like a skinny green
People
floral
are
wire.
loving
Yay!
this creativity you got.
Okay. So I've got my little strip. What I'm gonna do is put a piece of a little dot of hot glue on the back of this. I'm gonna attach here, and then I'm just going to keep your finger on that, because if it's hot glue, it's not gonna dry immediately.
Right.
And we're just wrapping this all the way around so that the middle portion of that is completely covered up. And then I'm gonna glue that, and I'm gonna let that completely cool down before I trim off the excess. But that's it.
Yeah.
That's the bow.
I love it.
So pretty. And then once we get it on there, we'll kind of fluff it out and trim, because like I can see that this is a little bit longer over here.
Okay.
And you can play around after, it gets on there. So I'm just going to set this to the side for now. Lots of little steps, but you guys can come back and watch this if you're like, oh, there's a lot of things to do.
We hope that you all use this as a resource and rewatch it and just enjoy it as you make yours.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome. Look at this chalk paint. Like, it's getting dry.
It is. I'm going to run the heat gun on it just to get it going, because I think it's a little bit thicker than usual. And with chalk paint, you can tell it's dry whenever it's not shiny anymore, which is a perk of using chalk paint.
Yes.
So I'm using just a heat gun to heat this up, but normally I don't like to heat gun my paint, because when paint dries on its own, it looks a lot better to me. That's a personal preference.
To me, I think it looks the same. It's in our heads.
Maybe it is the same. The thing is, if your paint is too thick and you go in with a heat gun or a hair dryer, it's gonna bubble your paint up.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
But I want this to be dry because we're gonna sand it.
Yes.
So we're gonna dry it as good as we can, and then we're gonna sand over top of it. And it's given a little bit of blue, but it's gonna pull in that lamb's ear, I think. So I think I like it. We're married to it now. Okay. I've still got some spots here. If you go over this and you want to sand it and the paint's wet, it's just gonna smear your paint. So I'm trying to get as dry as possible. Okay, guys, it's pretty dry. So what I'm doing, I wanna say this is probably like a 220. It's not marked. It feels like a 220. I'm just gonna guess. You don't want anything that is super gritty. So you don't want an 80 grit. The lower the grit, the rougher the sand. So I want to do more of a high grit, like a 220 would probably be good. And I'm just going to take this and lightly sand on top of my tiles. And you're going to be able to see what happens when we do this is some of it starts to show through. There is no right or wrong way to do this, y'all. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, where did Alicia sand? Like it's supposed to look rustic and like old kind of.
And the ornament blank is about 15 by like 24 inches.
It's like almost two.
It's almost 2 feet.
Yeah, even with the bow and the hanger, I think it was like 24 inches or something. Yeah. So I'm just sanding this, and the silver is going to show through because it's like 3-dimensional on the tile.
Yes.
So we're just going to sand. And I like to really get on the edges when I sand so it looks super aged. You can see some of that blue shining through, which is totes fine. You could use blue ribbon if you wanted to. I want to say the ones we used before were just white and gold. So it's got a little bit more gold accents in it. Okay. If I did like a higher grit of this, it would come off a lot faster, but I don't want to do anything too crazy. Okay, so just sand until your heart is content. And I'm gonna have a bow up here, so I'm not really focused that much on that. I'm gonna dust it off just so we've got a clean surface, but you all can see that the silver kind of hits the light there.
Yeah.
So you can do more, less, totally up to you. But what we're gonna do next is add our banner bow across the middle here. So I've got some burlap, I've got some gingham ribbon right here. I even brought in some blue, but we put red in our bow. Let me think. No, we'll stick with red. I think we're gonna stick with red. So basically all I've done here is laid out this burlap to the length of my door hanger. And I'm just gonna leave a little extra on each side and go ahead and trim this up. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with my buffalo plaid ribbon. And I feel like I need to run this ribbon under an iron. It's like all crinkled. I don't know what happened.
Turn that mini easy press on.
Turn it on.
Come on.
Yeah, I feel like that would definitely help.
Love
okay,
it.
so while the easy press is heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on here. So I've got it all the way across.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip it over. Okay.
Why we use chalk paint over acrylic paint is it sands better. So
Yes.
we sanded this. We love chalk paint for
It
sanding.
dries better, it looks better. But you can use acrylic paint. I would use a matte acrylic paint.
Yes.
That's just me. If you're gonna sand, matte is gonna be the
Yes,
best.
yes,
It's gonna look the best, I promise. Okay, and then let's iron this really quick. I turned the mini press on because, see why I love this mini press? I'm ironing my ribbon, okay? You can't, I mean, you could do it with a real iron, but this one just stays at the craft desk. It's easy for me to grab and use really quick. I'm just gonna flatten that out. And then we're gonna glue this one on the same way that we glued the other one. So I'm just gonna, yes, sorry. Okay, just like that. I'm going to hold it right here on the edges and flip it over. So I know it's lined up, and then we're just gonna take that hot glue gun and we're gonna adhere this down. Putting a lot of glue. Okay. No one's really gonna see the back, guys, so it's okay.
And especially because it's a door hanger. They're not gonna look at it.
Right, your door's gonna be covering it. And then I'm gonna attach this one. Be careful pulling it or you'll pull your other side. And then we're just gonna fold this right over. Okay. And then once that dries, you can flip it back over. And we're almost, I mean.
Yeah, you're crushing it.
We're at the end.
I love it. Our operations officer, Mary, she's been on the team. She was our first full-time Makers Can Learn employee. She runs our operations and the customer service team works under her. She just sent me a message and she's like, Tanner, we have over 100+ inquiries and counting. Everyone wants the book and getting the extension. So exciting. First day of boot camp, we're rocking it. So her team, all of our reps are in there just working on it. So if you haven't heard back, sit tight, give us a few hours. Traditionally, here at Makers Can Learn, your customer support responses would be like, I say give it 24 hours, but we're working really hard today.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's in overdrive.
We're working it. We're getting there. It's gonna be awesome.
Okay.
And for all of you grabbing your deals, congratulations. I can't wait for you to get your book. Yay!
Okay, so I'm gonna attach this and attach my bow. And I'm gonna use hot glue to attach this guy.
Yes, Alicia.
We're gonna hot glue it. So we're hot gluing it.
Ooh.
And listen, hot glue dries fast. So once you get it
Yes,
out there,
it
you gotta
does.
put it on.
Ooh, did you guys know, I learned this from Alicia at the floral company she worked at. They don't really use a glue gun. They also have a pot of hot glue where they get to dip their stems in. I think about that all the time. Yeah.
Okay, this is the stapler. This is the stapler exit. Whenever you hold the stapler, hold it properly.
Show us what not to do.
Don't hold it like this and have your finger right here.
And then you'll staple it yourself.
And squeeze it. Yeah, don't do that. That's what I did. That's why I have a Band-Aid on my finger, because I'm a psycho. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold my bow up like this, and I don't be crazy. Don't like crunch it up, because we want to keep our ribbon really pretty. But I do want to staple down my florals. This is the best way to not let your bow fall off of your door hanger. And if you hot glue it on and it's hot outside, I know this is Christmas, but if the sun is beaming down, it will melt off of your door hanger.
Yeah.
So we want to use a stapler. I'm just gonna
Boom.
boom. You just need a couple. I mean, really, it'll stay on there. Okay. And then I'm gonna do the other side. And you can cut off any of these little tails if you need to.
Yes.
I also painted this black. You can notice it a little bit, but you can paint it black or leave it depending on the color scheme that you go for. And then we're just gonna fluff her out.
Love it.
Love it.
Yay.
I'm gonna trim this off just a little bit because it's gonna bother me. I just feel like it's too long.
Love it.
Okay, this is it. Let me hold it up so you all can.
Yes. Wait, are we done?
Yes.
Guys, this is like, I mean, if you are wanting to build your business, I always believe that this is the time to do it because here's the deal. There's urgency in the holidays.
Yes.
So you could literally make
absolutely.
this and put it on Facebook, put it on your shop today, get it sold. Alicia, you made me one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'll keep this. Oh my gosh, guys. What in the...
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel. In today's video, oh my gosh, you are not going to believe what I'm gonna be making using Hot Wheels tracks. So hold on to your seat and get ready for this amazing craft. If you are new around here, Maker's Gonna Learn is a membership-based crafting community where we bring you inspiration, education, and motivation to get your Cricut out of the box and start using it. If you have not already, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon so that you can be notified every time we get crafty. With all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the materials that you're gonna need to create this Hot Wheels track lantern. So to start out with, we have our Hot Wheels tracks. Now we got these from the Dollar Tree. You can get them wherever. They just came in a pack of 2, which is all that we needed, and we needed this length, so we did get these 2 pack of Hot Wheel tracks from the Dollar Tree. We also have a wooden sign. Now this is one that I have pre-painted, so I did get it. It's just a standing wooden sign that I have taken the backer off of. It did come with the backer to hang it on the wall. I went ahead and removed that, and it is painted. You will get these at your local craft store, pretty much wherever, and you can paint this to whatever color you would like. While we are talking about paint, we are using the Starcraft chalk and mineral paint in linen white. I love this color. I think it goes with a lot of different decor, so I just decided to go with the linen white. I am using these half wooden beads today, and you will see how I'm going to adhere them to the Hot Wheels track to give it a really nice farmhouse style. We are using some greenery that's going to go inside our lantern once we are finished, and then we have this metallic heat transfer vinyl foil. The link is down below. We got this from Amazon. It's in a bronze color, and that's going to go along the side of our lantern. Just have a little saying on the side of our lantern. We're just going to be using a regular paintbrush to put our paint onto our different surfaces. A standard grip Nicapa mat to use with our HTV. We do have a knob. Now this knob came from a dowel, so it does have a screw into it that you can cut off if you would like to. If not, you can just screw that into your Hot Wheels track. I have linked a knob down below that you will just hot glue onto the top, but that's going to go on the top of your lantern. We will be using a Cricut Mini Easy Press to adhere our HTV to our wood. And finally, we're going to be using our Lynn Lily cordless hot glue gun to adhere the wooden beads to the Hot Wheels track. Now that we've gone over all the materials that you're going to need, let's start crafting. Now to start out with, we're going to go ahead and start painting our surfaces. Like I said, I have already painted our base. You will need to just paint your base. All you're going to do is brush that on, and we are going to paint our Hot Wheels track. One thing that I did not mention as far as materials that you may want is going to be a sanding block. What the sanding block does is it roughs up the plastic. That way it's not such a smooth surface that the paint is on, and it possibly will prevent chipping in the future. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to take our sanding block and try to rough up some of these areas and give it just a light sand. So basically what we're doing is we're just scratching this plastic so that the paint can fill in those gaps. Once you have done that, we're just going to grab our paintbrush and we're going to start painting our track. Now you're probably going to have to do this in layers. So do a thinner layer first so it will dry a little faster, and then you can come back in and give it a second coating after that's done. You're also going to want to take your paintbrush and come inside here so that you can get inside that track and there won't be as much orange showing. Now that I have painted this, I'm going to set it to the side, let this dry, and then we'll come back once it has finished drying and we will start the process of starting to assemble our lantern. Once your 2 pieces of Hot Wheel track is dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take each piece, and these pieces are actually going to go corner to corner in your wooden frame. So we are going to take this, we are going to bend it, and it's going to go catty corner, so corner to corner. And then we're going to take the other piece, bend it as well, and it is going to go corner to corner also. Now, here is a part where you may see the paint to start cracking on your Hot Wheels track. Do not worry, it's all going to be fine because we're going to give it another one over after we add our wooden beads. What we're going to do now is we're going to use our hot glue gun and we're going to attach the tracks to the corners of this blank. So I'm just going to come in here, add some hot glue on either side of this track and let it dry, and then do all of the other corners as well. Once I have done that, I'm going to come in and add my knob to the top. Now this is where if you have a knob that has a screw on the bottom of it, you can screw it through the track, or like I said, you can just hot glue the knob to the top. And you can see I have not painted this. We are going to paint the rest of it here in a few minutes and then just give it a nice antique look. Once I have added my knob, I'm going to take my half wooden beads and I'm going to start placing them beside each other all the way down each side. Now that you have glued all of those half wooden beads down, you're going to want to come through and just make sure you grab all of the extra hot glue that kind of likes to spider web out. And we're just going to get all of that away. And then once you have done that, we are going to come back in with the same chalk linen paint. We're going to paint all of these half wooden beads while they're on the track. That way, if we need to touch up the track, we can do that as well. Now, just like with the track, you're probably going to need to do 2 coats on these beads. That's okay. We will just come back after it's dried and give it a second coat. This is also a perfect time to fix any imperfection on the track. For example, this wooden bead was not exactly where I wanted it to be, so I took it off and the hot glue brought the paint up, but I can just come in here and touch this up and you will not be able to notice it. Once you have finished painting, we're going to hop over into Design Space and I'm going to show you how to size and measure to put text on the front for a really great holiday look. Now that we are here in Design Space, we are just going to use a text. Now you can use any text that you want. As you can see over here at makersgonnalearn.com, we have so many different texts for you to choose from. We have hundreds of texts, and you can even type in what you want it to say here in the custom text preview to see which text you like the best. So I want it to say, "Let your light shine," because we are going to be putting a candle in the center. So I want to preview this text, and then I can scroll down and see which one I like the best. So I decided just design-wise to come back, and I think I want to just have the L in this phrase capitalized, so I'm going to preview that, and we're going to come down through here. After choosing which text you want, what you're going to do is you're going to hit this download icon. It's going to download here in the bottom left-hand corner. You are going to unzip that file, open it up, and install the font. Once you have installed this font, we're going to go back to Cricut Design Space. we are going to view, reload Cricut Design Space, grab this text box again, come up here to our font. You're going to find all your Maker's Gonna Learn fonts under System Font, and we chose to go with Moonlight. So now I'm just going to come in here and type in Let Your Light Shine. Now, as you can see, this is 7 inches in length and a little over 1¼ in height. So what I'm going to do is I want to size our lantern right here to see how much room we are working with. And it looks like we are working with about 8 inches by a little over 1½. So I actually think that would work. Go back into Design Space. We're going to size this down just a smidgen so it is at the 1.25, and then we are going to cut it. Because we are working with HTV today, we are going to turn the mirror on. We're going to go to Continue, and we're going to cut this on the Everyday Iron-On setting. We will then load it into our Cricut and let the machine do its work. Once that's finished, we're going to unload it, bring it over here. I'm leaving it on my mat, cutting away this excess, and then I'm going to weed this HTV. Once we have that weeded, I'm going to take it off my mat, bring in my lantern, and I'm going to place it on the side here and center it up. And then I'm going to take my Cricut Mini Easy Press, and I'm going to adhere this down to my base. Once your HTV has adhered down to your wood, you're just going to peel it while it is warm, and then there you go. Last thing you're going to do for your lantern is add your greenery and your candles. So I'm just taking wire cutters right now, and I'm cutting off some pieces of this greenery that I like. And then I'm just going to place it. You can bend it however you would like. And we're going to place this within our lantern here. And if you want to, you can take your hot glue gun and glue the greenery down. So I'm just going to take my hot glue and just glue a couple pieces down over here so that it doesn't move. And then glue some here. And then you're just going to keep adding greenery until you are satisfied. And then after you have added your greenery, we are just going to turn on our little LED candles and add them to our lantern. Wow. I mean, honestly, would you ever think you could make something this cute out of Hot Wheels tracks? I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. Once again, if you are not following us, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video if you like this craft, and turn on your notifications so that you can be notified every time we get crafty. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
We are so excited to have you here today because we are doing some Dollar Tree crafting.
And this craft is one that it's not expensive. You have
no.
all the materials. More than likely you have all the materials.
Yes.
But it would be so cute to go ahead and put in a little holiday basket like with cookies and stuff for a friend.
Oh yeah.
So cute.
So before we dive to supplies, this is what we're making. It's super simple. We're using what they call the paddle cutting board from the Dollar Tree. So this is $1.25. Super easy investment, right? And we're just taking it, adding a Maker's Gonna Learn cut file. So if you join, if you're not a member and you're like, ooh, like, I don't know if I should have joined. I've been following for a few months. Like, I don't know. For only $1, you can literally try out our platform, figure out how easy it is to download files. You can do all of that for only $1. So that's why the dollar deal is available right now, just so that you can try and make sure that you are getting what you need. Does that make sense? So you can poke around the website, you can download things, you get 20 download credits. So for only $1, super easy, low ticket investment. We can look over and at this file. We have, out of our 15,000 cut file library, I will tell you at least 2,000 of our files are Christmas themed. What does that mean for you? That means you're getting a ton of files that are ready to go and ready for you to make with this holiday season. And the way I like to look at it is Christmas is a deadline season. There is a deadline because when Christmas gets here, it is here. When we look at crafting in general and you think about decorating for fall, like, you know, fall is just kind of like a time of year, there's no deadline. Christmas, there is a dead set deadline, which is December 25th. So I just want to invite you to start taking action right now. Yay, I'm super excited. Dollar Tree again. We are using, let me tell you what material we're exactly using. This is...
One of them is that one.
Yes.
The one that Courtney used on that one.
Yes.
I don't remember what brand that is. The other one I'm pretty sure is...
I like it a lot. This one is probably, we're just using two like specialty materials. This isn't technically the glitter. It's like printed glitter, which I honestly prefer because it's not going to flake. It's not super, super textured. It'll be really easy to cut these, like spoiler alert, nothing crazy. Since we used this one on here, let's just go overview so you can see it again. This is what we used on our sample. And then we're going to use this other one.
I brought the both of those in there because I really feel like I felt like you would have gone more toward the holographic.
Yeah, this is like a holographic glittery one, while this is like just your tried and true glitter, okay? So whichever one you want, again, you probably have something in your craft stash already that you can use. If you only have black vinyl, use black vinyl. If you only have red vinyl, use red. If you have glitter, perfect. Super, super awesome. Supplies-wise, again, very easy. So like we have this right here. I'm just gonna take this label off, but you're gonna need this from the Dollar Tree. Pick this up on your next trip, probably the only thing you need. They also have at the Christmas house, these are also just ribbons from the Dollar Tree. We can go overhead and look at these. So you just have these two patterns. Love the idea of doing two patterns here. What we're going to do is use our Lynn Lily to position the ribbon just like this and make it super simple for us. Again, not hard at all. You'll need your vinyl, you'll need a Cricut mat, and you're going to need your Maker's Gonna Learn file. All right, my friends, so let's go ahead and take a look at Cricut Design Space. Here's what we've got going on today. So we have two different files right here for you. You can choose either one of these, Merry Christmas to all and all a good night, or have yourself a merry little Christmas. Again, Maker's Gonna Learn has 2,000 plus Christmas files. So when you're here at makersgonnalearn.com and you're at our cut file library, what you'll be able to do is go and find that certain Christmas category. As you can see here, we do have some fall images that just got added. You can see the Cowboy Christmas. You can see the Howdy Christmas, Let's Go Ghouls. I mean, there's so many. It's the most pumpkin-y season of all. I love, love, love that. So it's super fun. So let's just head over to that Christmas category. It is so good. Again, we've tried to organize these files to the best of our abilities for you all at home. And where did you find the cutting board at Dollar Tree? You find it in the kitchen section.
Yes. Super
easy. You can see we have a lot of puff files. So puffy Christmas icons, puffy hat, Christmas cookies.
This is so like many. All the rage right now are these like 3D puffy looking files. They're really great for like sublimation, print and cut, like stickers, cards, things like that. But they are very, very trendy right now.
We love it. Hey, Alicia Jordan, first timer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Michelle Allen, there is so many files, so many. It says there's only 4 pages. That is just completely not true.
What?
It'll probably pop up more. It just will only show 4 at a time. Yeah, so it just keeps showing more and more pages. I want to give everyone a little hacky hack. I like to change my view count from 30 to at least 90, but possibly all. If you load all of our Christmas again, it will take quite a bit of time to physically load due to your internet, all right? So you might just want to stick to, say, 90 or something like that. Super, super easy, so much fun. And then you can also sort by most popular. If you want to know what Christmas files people find most popular on our website, I highly recommend most popular. And you can do this. This one's a super popular happy holiday ornament. My circle letters, Merry Christmas, is huge in an ornament. The Christmas countdown is huge. The walking in a winter wonderland is one of my favorites. And spoiler alert, this file, this snowflake file, this happy holiday files, fun little Makers Gonna Learn fact, was part of the first ever Makers Gonna Learn collection.
I did not know that.
Yes. This Walking in Winter Wonderland was designed by Mary Catherine, first collection launch. Happy holidays. We had files that were all, some of our best files was our first launch.
Wow.
And then our snowflake pattern released just a few weeks after with a designer named Patrick, who also designed the Makers Gonna Learn logo.
That's
so
amazing.
Fun little Makers Gonna Learn.
I actually just did a project using Walking in a Winter Wonderland, but I
really
manipulated
like it.
it to where I only used the hat and the arms
Neat.
for that snowman with all the names in it.
Yes. So this one's really fun. So we'll download this one. If you're joining today for $1, great one to download. Let me show you how easy it is. So you're gonna download that zip file. We're gonna head back over to Cricut, and then here's what you need to do. You need to go to upload. You need to go to upload image, and all we need to do here is unzip our file. So we just have the Winter Wonderland, and all we need to do is double click. It's go unzip. All of your Makers Gonna Learn files is gonna come with a PNG and an SVG, unless it's a print and cut. It'll just be PNG. So we'll drag and drop that SVG file over to Cricut. So easy. Click upload. And then you're just gonna have that little file. So love it, love it, love it. Beth says, best investment I ever did. Yes, we love to hear it. Love, love, love to hear it. Now, what I want to show you is how easy it is to figure out your sizing. So let's go overhead. We're just gonna measure with our little tape measure. We are going to take care. Lauren, can you fix your mic? I believe, is that what you were saying, Sadie? Thank you. It was twisted.
Is it better now?
Can you twist it? Yeah, it's been like stuffed in. There we go. it was just the mic part was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, anywho, sorry about that, y'all. You just need to measure. So we're dealing with a 5-inch by 7.5 inch. So we're just gonna grab a rectangle. We'll just grab a free shape, and we're going to change the width to 5 inches and the height 7.5. So this will represent the inside piece of our cutting board, and you can, do what you want with this. But what it does is it helps you bring this image to the front, and then you can size it down to see exactly what it would look like on your project. All right. So it definitely helps you figure out if your project is go fit and everything like that. So you can size it up, super fun. We can also move these over, and you can kind of just take a look and see like, will this fit, and things like that. So arrange, bring to front. You know what? We're just going to do the little Walking in Winter Wonderland because I just love. I love this one. It's so fun, and it fills up the rectangle, which I really like. Go size it down just a hair, but beautiful. Super, super good. And then so that's all you need to do. It's that simple to work with the files. What I want to also offer to you, my friend, is once you've uploaded this file one time, you never need to upload it again. Let me repeat that for anyone here. Once you've downloaded a Makers Gonna Learn file into Design Space, you don't have to continually uploading those. All right, my friends, you can just search your upload area of the file. So this file is called Winter Snowman. You would just search snowman or winter, and you would be able to find that file in your downloads. And the way you do that is just click upload, view all of your uploads, and look, there's this search bar, search uploaded image. For example, I could search snowflake and see all of the Makers Gonna Learn snowflakes that I've uploaded to my Cricut Design Space account. So don't feel like if you're a Makers Gonna Learn member that it's going to always take a lot of time, energy, effort to get your files in Design Space, because that's just simply not true. So I'm going to delete out our rectangle. I'm going to have my little Walking in Winter Wonderland here, super awesome. We're going to click Make It. I'm going to move this over a hair. We're going to click Continue. I'm going to turn my machine on. We're going to connect to my Explore 3 today. And hey, Melody Williams, no problem. This is like a plastic cutting board. Yeah,
it is
but it's pretty thick. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Super fun.
It's definitely one of those that, in my opinion, it's a great decorative piece for like a gift basket or to give someone, but it's not like, once we put the vinyl on it, it's not going to be like a usable cutting board.
Right. Exactly. So I'm going to use premium vinyl removable matte as a setting. We just love to have a few of our tried and true bookmarked. Just a few that we love is medium cardstock. We love the premium vinyl, and we also use a lot of sticker paper. So when it comes to vinyl, those are some that we use a lot of. And then we're just going to peel this back. This is a brand new mat. I'm so excited. And then we have this holographic-y, glittery vinyl going on here.
So Holly asked a good question, and it is something that you can do.
Okay.
She said, can you change the color of the words inside the snowman and keep the hat black and the scarf a different color?
Yeah.
So you can. But there is a way to do that because this is all grouped together.
Right.
So you would have to duplicate it however many colors you want. And then I would go in and contour out like everything except for the scarf, and then contour out everything except for the hat, and then change those colors so that they cut on different mats.
Exactly. And we have training for that. It's kind of a little bit more manipulative for simple files like this. But Holly, what I want you to know is it's totally doable, and I love that idea. So yeah, it's super easy and can be done. Great question. So we've loaded this into our machine, and now all we're going to do is we are going to be able to press the flashing play button. Diane says, when I cut files, I like to put a cut line around my design so it's easy for me to weed and not waste material. Diana, I love that. I just prefer to grab my True Control knife, and I have to be a little bit more precise with my eyesight, but it's super simple for me. I just find it easier, but I love that too. So either way you do, so instead of doing the box and attaching it, what I do is just grab my True Control knife and my blade. That's so funny. Oh, we've lost the mechanism. Oh, hold on. We need to unlock it. We need to make sure.
Shake that one. Just shake it for me. That's why.
Yeah, I hear it. Something broke with it. We're going to grab another.
And that's a brand new one.
Huh. I got another one, Lauren. It's fine. We've got the Makers Gonna Learn X-Acto-Knife. We're good. So all I do is just use it and just kind of cut my material myself. But as you can see, I'm just having to be way more careful to not mess it up. So you can do either way to get your result there. Again, because we want to save this material, because vinyl is definitely not free. If anyone knows how to get some free vinyl, hit me up. So I love it. Love it. And then now we're just going to weed. And let me tell you, this material is going to give me, it's going to really humble me, I feel like. So what I'm going to do, if you ever feel like that, if you ever feel like your materials go humble you, you want to burnish it down. So you can get a brayer, you can get, whatever you want just to bray it down, or you can just grab any tool and just burnish it down. And just like so. So just make sure, you know, it's going to stay stuck down, and then we're going to weed this out. So we just want to grab a corner and then work our way around. Super cool. And again, you want to go, I would say, fairly slow. You don't want to get stressed out or overwhelmed. And if you start getting stressed out or overwhelmed, like, holy cow, this is too much for me, here's what I want to encourage you to do. Stop, grab a pair of scissors, cut off this excess,
Yes.
and then continue. There's no reason to fly through a project weeding, okay? No reason whatsoever to feel like you have to do that. I then like to create a ball and sometimes keep it close by in case like a piece came off that wasn't supposed to. So anyway, we're just gonna grab our scissors and we're just gonna cut off some transfer tape. Now, I don't know about you all, but I've been having a transfer tape, I don't know what to call it, a dilemma. I can't tell you my favorite transfer tape anymore. I don't have a favorite, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not. What do you think? Like, what do you think, Lauren?
What do you mean?
Is that good that I don't have a favorite?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm using Caesar today, and I just have to be honest, everyone in the office loves it. I just don't. I might be like a tried and true like Cricut transfer tape guy, and I had got away from it because I fell in love with masking paper transfer tape.
I cannot stand masking paper transfer tape.
Lauren, and you love to save $1.
I know, but I cannot stand it.
It's so affordable.
I know, but I cannot stand it.
That's fascinating.
I will use Caesar.
I feel like I'm luxury using the Caesar.
I will use Caesar.
This stuff ain't cheap, y'all.
I will slap it on the side of my desk and I will use it
for the whole
4
day.
different times at least.
Yeah, now that makes sense. I love that. So let me teach you something that I coined like 5 years ago, which is called the taco method. The taco method is applying your transfer tape down and you make a little taco and you just want to start in the middle.
Are you missing a letter in walking?
I sure am. And then here's where I get to go grab my little...
Somebody just said something in the comments.
Oh, thank you guys. This happens to me.
Waking in a winter.
This happens to me.
You could be.
This happens to me about once a year, and then I have to teach y'all how I can save projects. So I'm either going to save it or it's going to be waking. Either way today, I am completely fine with the outcome. I have to tell myself that sometimes. So remember, I literally just said you want to save this in case a letter comes up that wasn't supposed to. And it happens more times than I would like to admit. And you know what? Sometimes you could decide just to recut your letter. I welcome you to do that today. Because I'm on a live show, I would love to show you how you don't need to do that. Because look right here. Here is my L. All right.
Did you find it?
Of course. Of course I found it. Of course. This is all part of the production, y'all. I planned for this to happen. So then here we grab our L. Did you guys just see that? I didn't get overwhelmed. I didn't get stressed out. I was joking the entire time. I unraveled my vinyl and I found my little L. Guys, what you don't know is like I planned that whole skit. Yeah,
That's
totally.
just a bit you've got on going in your head. It was just, you all just weren't in on it yet.
Right.
We were gonna see if you were paying attention.
I gotta keep y'all on your toes. And then look, you're just gonna manually position the L. Look at that. Look at that. Look, walking in a winter. Walking in a winter wonderland. So easy, so simple. Now you gotta stay down. Beautiful. So now we have a transfer tape. We're doing our taco method. We're gonna start here. We're gonna let it go out to the sides. You can just burnish this down. Use a burnishing tool, scraper tool, whatever you have, your finger, etc.
An old credit card.
Yes, old gift card, anything like that. Super easy. We're going to then go with gravity, peel this back. Again, you would want to burnish yet again, just to make sure it's down. Super easy. Super simple, y'all. I love seeing how long y'all have been members. This is so fun.
I know.
awesome. And then, you know, as you burnish, again, I really did need a scraper, but if you don't have one, you will just figure out, like me here, you have to massage it down a little bit more. This material is very shiny, which makes it not want to stick as much.
I don't understand
as
why
other
there's not a burnishing
material.
tool on the
You're
table.
Good.
Oh, look, because there's 4 over here.
We
in
have
this
4
basket.
hidden in the studio. Crazy. So then look, if we have this and we burnish all of this down, look what happens. So I was having trouble and it was sticking to the backer. I'm trying to peel off. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful.
Maybe this is why you don't like Caesar. But see,
I don't think it's the transfer tape. I just think it's the shiny material today. Personally. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Look at the back. I mean, this is such a good color too. Is that not crazy? So look right here. Now we're gonna take it, we're gonna position it, and we're gonna lay it down. Beautiful, my friends. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So much fun.
One thing that I have noticed that I saw, like just watching you on the camera do,
Yeah.
if you're having issue pulling up the backer off of your vinyl and it's like not, a lot of times just changing the position, like if I pull from the bottom to the top,
That's a
lot
hack.
of times pulling from the bottom up to a certain point and then top down really helps.
Yep, I always will do that, and I think it's such a hack because sometimes it's just not going the certain way, and you're like, you know what? No need to try to change its mind. I'll just change my mind. Mm-hmm. Super awesome. And then you can see my letters here are not wanting to stay down. I will tell you, if I had used rubbing alcohol,
And there is some on the table because I did think about grabbing it while I was out there, but then I saw it was on there.
if I would have done that, it would have stuck a lot better. But look, it looks so good. Guys, look at the 2 different ones. The one thing I would say is I'd actually made this bigger. Like seeing it now, I would have made it just a hair bigger than what I thought. Especially this one, it was a good size. But this one was a little small, but the bows go make up for it, and that's gonna be super, super fun. So at this point in the process, what we're going to do is you're going to need, let's see how many strips of ribbon. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6. So 3 of each. And what we're going to do here is I would say these are roughly, I don't know, like 5 to 6 inch strips. You know, you can guesstimate this.
You want to make sure that you make it a little bit longer because if you want to dovetail the ends of the ribbon, you're going to cut a little bit off. So about 6 inches would be good, probably.
Yeah, I would think so. So we're just going to grab 6 of these. And again, I don't even know what you would call.
I think Alicia calls them rag ribbons because you just grab them together and either add some wire in the middle and then they just kind of fan out themselves.
Yeah, it's super fun. So I'm just going to mix up the positions of all of these a little bit. So I kind of just mixing them up. And then once you've mixed it up, what you can do is just bring them together. I just wanted them to be evenly out. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to add some wire. That's kind of what we do. You don't have to do the wire because you could just rely on the hot glue. That's definitely up to you. Just leave that there. Definitely up to you. And this wire from Dollar Tree is so cool because it has this like clip in it.
I actually think it came from Hobby Lobby, but I think you can get it at
Dollar
Tree.
Hobby Lobby, but for $2.99, I would pay for this little.
I know.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. So we're just going to kind of hold our finger on it, try to bring it in here. We're going to find our middle. And the way you can find the middle would be to just take both of these and just be sure that that's kind of where it's at. You're going to take it and twist. So So we just need our little one to cover this up. Super, super simple. Then we can flip this over around back and we're just gonna glue it down. Let me know if you have any questions about this project. Again, it is quite simple, I would say, but that doesn't mean that you couldn't have good questions, especially regarding Dollar Tree or anything.
The hardest part is going to be this ribbon for you guys.
Oh, 1,000%. And
But
notice I mean, the way that
It's
you
just
do
an
these,
extra portion.
but the way you do these, like, is just that there is no perfect way.
Right.
There's no way that's like, oh, I didn't do it like Tanner, or oh, I didn't do it like, they wanted me to, because there is no perfect way. That's what I just really want to hit home. And you guys know I don't like doing a lot of bows. So this is one that like even I feel really confident with, just because you can't really mess it up. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So glued that down, adding some more Lily hot glue. I will say this hot glue gun was the first mini hot glue gun I'd ever used. And before that, I didn't know how much, like I just used to hate hot glue because it was so messy. But now that I have a fine point mini hot glue gun, it changes the game. Did you say we could use heat transfer vinyl on these? No, I would not use heat transfer vinyl because this is plastic. Great question. So then look, we're just gonna start fanning out our ribbons, and you just wanna kinda like stretch it. It's like this, we just start stretching these out as much as possible, and start deciding, how stretch out we want this to be and things like that.
And the good part about this is you can use like a little dab of hot glue to get the ribbon to stay, exactly where you want it to be.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna start with the last one and the top one, and we're gonna glue, these down, and then we'll be able to position our other two. And the cool part is after you've positioned these, guess what? We'll trim the, do the dovetail and trim it. So there's nothing really that's not forgivable, if you know what I'm saying. Like if it, is too low, guess what? We can trim it. So don't feel like you don't have room for flexibility here, because you totally do. And then now what we're going to do is start trimming these down. And what I'm going to do, y'all, is instead of doing, so you can do the dovetail, I would have probably done the dovetail before gluing it. Since I did already do it, I'm just gonna do like kind of edged. So I'm just gonna trim these down so it's super easy. AKA, I also sometimes accidentally do inverted dovetail, and it happens to me all the time that I do it incorrectly. So again, I'm just trimming these down so it'll be super easy for us today, but I'll kind of talk about what the difference would be. Now, I would say be specific that you pay attention to how long one side is, because I think I started trimming this side shorter than this side. So again, forgive me. So funny. So good. So again, you could trim this down. You can make it as much or as little as you want. It doesn't have to be super perfect. You can see you can trim this down super easy. Obviously, this one's way better than mine. I love that they left some just as is. If I did this again, I would have not glued every single one. So I think I should have just looked at the inspiration. So when you guys do this, follow this one more. So like take a screenshot of this one. I'm not even gonna show you mine. Take a screenshot of this one so you're like, okay, glue this one down, hair glue up here, bada bing, bada boom. You're go rock it. But here's the cool part, y'all, only like $1 or $2. Y'all, Tanner's bow is not great, and that's okay. That's okay. We have to know sometimes what's better and what's not so great, and that's okay. So again, I'll tell you one thing I am not good at is bows, and I think that's so fun that I know that about myself. We all have to be a little self-aware. I could have called in Lauren and it looked a lot better, but I wanted to really show you the more you do it, the better you're gonna get, and the easier it's gonna be for you guys at home. So it's super, super fun. I would love to see if there's any other questions related to this project, because again, so easy. You can use either specialty material. I wanna invite you guys just to check out new specialty materials to play around with as you gear up for the Christmas season. I think it's super easy to incorporate them, you know, in Christmas projects, like especially material, glitter, things like that. Super, super easy and super, super fun. So we're just so excited